everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. Today's September 28th, 2021. And this is my live streams. I do these every Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time. And we cover everything Webflow, from building layouts to Webflow, creating animations and interactions in Webflow, as well as, and I also provide support if you need help with your personal projects via a super chat. So this is going to be a pretty relaxed live stream. We covered a lot yesterday with the wizardry method and kind of going over a few things with a website build. So today I'm just going to have some fun with animations. We're going to learn a little bit of Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to field any questions that come through. But yeah, and we'll do a build as well. We'll find a wireframe to build, and we might do another wizardry type of method build with it. So yeah, I did have a lot of fun kind of diving into different methods of building a site. But yeah, first I'll showcase this little animation here using a script. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with Questlove. He's a drummer. I really like his music. And I just decided to create a quick animation using the Anime.js script. This isn't fully fleshed out. I'm going to be working on this a bit more, and then I'll create a live stream on how to build something like this. So yeah, I'll just reload the page. Let me hide this here. And yeah, it's just like it just draws out the queue, and then the name finishes drawing out. And yeah, it's just a interesting little hero section. But I definitely want to make this animation a little bit more in depth, kind of add more to it. There's so many things you can do with the anime.js script. Like this is it here, and I'll just go to the home page. But it's by Julian Garnier, and it's just a really cool script. So like he has some very interesting stuff that he does on his homepage with this animation script. So my two favorite animation scripts are GreenSock and Anime.js. So yeah, you can do a lot of cool staggering animations and things like that. So yeah, I might get into this build today, but yeah, it's just a fun little animation. So yeah, if you have any questions today, definitely feel free to ask. I think we'll just jump into a Figma build today because I'm not going to cover too much of this. I will show like what the custom code looks like. Or actually, you know what? Let me show how to create a queue like this where it's like all lines. And, you could do this with any shape essentially. So in Illustrator, so we'll have some fun in Illustrator today. I'll just create a new artboard. And let me just make this a little bit larger. And yeah, so to make kind of an element have multiple paths, what you can do is first create an element. So like I'll create a letter, and let's do the number 5, right? For example. And I have a font that I like to use. It's circular. It is a paid font. And then I'll do object. So we have the letter, and I'll do object expand. So it just turns it into a path. Basically, it just outlines the text. So it's not a text element anymore. It's actually a shape. And I can just resize it. So I'll just make it really large. Something like this. And then I'll just invert the stroke and fill. So now the stroke is black and the fill is white, or there's no fill actually. And that's it actually. So now we have the 5, it's just a stroke. And then I just want to copy this 5, and I just want to make it a little bit smaller. So let's do kind of 100 pixels smaller in width. And I'll center both of these to the artboard. Okay, so we have these 2 5s, and let me make the second 5 a little bit smaller. Something like this. this might look interesting. So now with these two objects, I'm going to go to, or these two elements, I'm going to go to object, blend, and say make right here. Okay, and just like that, we have a 5. Looks pretty cool. I can also change the blend options. I can go to the blend tool right here on the left, or click W on my keyboard and hit enter. And then I can add more steps to this blend, like more lines. I can set it by a specified distance, smooth the color, you know, specified distance, something like this. So this looks really cool. But unfortunately, the file that this would output, the SVG file that this would output would be more than 10,000 characters, which Webflow doesn't allow for over 10,000 characters. Hey, what's up, Alex and Base? How's it going? Cool. So I'll change this to, and there might be a way, like you could upload this to a CDN probably and get away with that, but I'm just gonna do like, oops, no. I'm gonna do specified steps. So I'll do 16 steps, and we have this interesting 5. Okay, so yeah, that's all we need for that. We just used the blend tool and created this 5 that looks like this. Then I'll go to export as, and actually I wasn't going to showcase how to do this animation today, but I'll go ahead and do it. I want to export it as SVG, and then click export, and then say show code, and now I have this code. So we don't actually have to export this element to an SVG file. We can just use the code here. So why don't I just, yeah, we'll just create a cool little animation. So I'll create a new page and I'll just say number 5 and go into here, and I'll create a section, call it section. I've already kind of used the class name section, so I'll say section with the combo class of 2, or we'll just say, we'll put a 5 in front of it, so all of our class names will have a 5 in front of it. And I will change the background color, something like black, and then the flex setting is flex center center, and hopefully I didn't change this. Okay, good. And I'll just add a div block, or actually I'll add an embed element. Hey John, been watching your videos for a while, finally made a live stream. Yeah, for sure. Been doing these live streams for I think about 3-4 weeks now. So yeah, they've been a lot of fun. We've learned a lot, and it's just a fun way to continue to work with Webflow and provide interesting information and help kind of the Webflow community with anything they might need help with, and to expand our knowledge with Webflow. All right, so I'm going to add an embed element, and then this SVG. Shane Davis. I feel like we've talked before. That name sounds very familiar. So I'm going to hit Command C to copy, and I'll go into the embed and paste. And let's give some width and height to this embed. So I'll say 500 by 500, or just auto for the height. So there we have our 5. And I'm going to change the stroke here. Within the code, I can change the stroke to white instead of black. So black is 000, white is FFF. And now we have that stroke, that 5 there. So yeah, now we just need to add some code. So I'll show what the code looks like for this. We're basically just getting the Anime.js script from a CDN. So I'm using JS Deliver. It's a CDN network. And I have mentioned this a few times why I use a CDN, because again, you know, Webflow only allows you to add up to 10,000 characters in the custom code sections. So by using a CDN, you can access really complex scripts without adding all the code in the custom code sections. So, you know, you can just do JS Deliver. And I even think, you know, if I do Anime.js, he might have, if we go to the documentation, let's go to the GitHub. Oh, no, I just downloaded the actual script. Let's see if he shows a CDN that he uses here. Let's go to the GitHub project page. So, No, he doesn't recommend a CDN here. Okay, so we'll just use JS Deliver, and then you can just go to JS Deliver and just add. It's probably under library. Nope. Which one is it here? Show all. So it must just be this one. Yeah, so just this index min.js, show configure all links, and then you can say HTML output right up here, and then just grab this code right here. Just hit copy it here. Let me just make sure it's the same one. So I'm not sure if I have an older version, but let's just try adding this one. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna leave the one I have in here, but yeah, you would just grab the script from here, from the CDN. But yeah, you could use any CDN really. All right, so I'll just copy this code right up here, or actually I'll copy this entire code, and we'll just go to this page with the number 5. I'll paste it in there, and then let's just quickly go through the code and just see what it does. And you know what, just because I'm showcasing this, I want to actually use the script from the one I just showed. So I'm grabbing the script, and you can just paste it. Did it not copy? Yeah, HTML output. And let's just paste it in there. Okay, cool. So I'm grabbing that script, the anime.js script, and then we're going to initiate the animation. So basically you want to set your targets. So the target here is element 1. So let me just save this. So we actually want to give this HTML embed. If we go to the element settings, we want to give it the ID element 1, because that's what we're targeting in the script. So we want to target element 1, easing out quad. So in anime.js, if we just go to his website, right over here. Hey, what's up, Excellence? How's it going? I'm just showing some custom scripts here with anime.js and some neat little things you can do with it. So yeah, and then we'll get into like just a regular build today. So kind of a low-key kind of live stream today, but you know, they can't all be like yesterday's with me geeking out over wizardry, or maybe they can. Who knows? Maybe I'll geek out again today. So yeah, here's the anime.js, and it kind of goes over how to use it and the different things. So like I'm drawing an SVG. So here I'll just go to the SVG section, and he has a good example here of how to draw SVGs. So you could basically just copy this code, this code here, and use it to draw the SVG. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much doing that same thing. All right, so let's go into the project and easing out quad. Yeah, I'm basically just using the code there. Duration of 3000. Let me remove this delay actually and just use the delay that he mentions in there. Direction normal, and I don't need it to loop. So yeah, it's just easing, and the stroke dash offset is what's going to animate each path. And if you notice here for the target, we're saying element 1, and we're targeting the path and polylines. So within this embed, within this SVG, most or all of these elements are paths. So here, if you look, it's a path. Like all these lines are paths. So we want to make sure we target the paths of the SVG. So we're targeting the ID, which is element 1, and we're targeting the path of those IDs, which is going to allow us to animate them in Webflow using the anime.js script. So yeah, I think that's all we needed to do there for the script. Just include the JS deliver script from the CDN, and let's check it out. So let me publish. Looks epic. I'm gonna try out anime.js for sure. It's a very cool script. So I think I think the anime.js script I grabbed from JS deliver isn't the right one. That's what I was kind of afraid of here. Oh, the library. No, that's what I clicked on before. I don't need the index. Did I click on the right one? So let me, I typed in Oh man. Okay. I need to type in Anime.js. I typed in JS deliver for the script. Didn't even realize that. So copy this here, show configure all links, and I'll copy this this anime.js script. All right, and then let's go into here, and we want to add the actual anime.js script, not JS deliver. JSDelivered.com is the website where we get the anime.js script. All right. And then it should animate. So that looks really cool. Yeah, and I love kind of being surprised because you can control from what points the lines come in, and I think I have to do that in Illustrator if we were to kind of control that, but anime.js picks the first point of the path and animates from there. So it's animating like from the end to the beginning. And I think we can reverse it actually. So let me see what happens if we reverse it. So let me go into the script, and direction will say reverse. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that didn't work. So we have to start. I think I'd have to say alternate for the loop. I'm not sure. I've messed with the script quite a bit, so I'm just kind of trying out different elements or different options. Or actually, I think in the code, did I close it? Yeah, I did. All right, let me go to anime.js, and so we have alternate animation parameters, properties, direction. So direction, we can say normal, reverse. Yeah, so let's go in here. And I'm going to close this site here. Okay. We'll just say normal. Or we can say alternate. Let's see what alternate looks like. Oh wait, loop shouldn't have alternate, obviously. Yeah, loop, that's probably where. So we say true, loop true, direction, reverse. Yeah, so anime. Oh yeah, so this is what it looks like in reverse. That's pretty cool. And if we had the loop set to alternate, which I think you can do, so loop indefinitely. Yeah, direction, we want to say alternate. Yeah. So if we were to say alternate here, it would go forward and then back. And then if we change this milliseconds here to like 150, it would happen much quicker. And the duration, actually no, the delay, I want it to be 250. The duration, let's set it to 2 seconds. So 2000 milliseconds. And publish. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And because we have it set to alternate, it goes back in reverse. All right, very cool. So there's another little animation that I like messing with in anime.js. I still kind of have to perfect this animation and make it work correctly with the SVG, but let me see if I can get it to work here. So yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this. It can make for like some interesting design elements. Obviously, you don't want to go too out there with it, but it could be very interesting. So let me see if I can get this to work. With this animation here, and I'll showcase it. It's a little different. Yeah. So let me try something here. Go into Illustrator. and I'm gonna have to set the object to artboard, fit the artwork bounds, and let me go to export as, SVG, export, show code, and let me just grab this code here. So with this one, I have to clip the artboard to be perfectly around the element. Otherwise, it doesn't work correctly. Nice. Thank you, Excellence. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's so much you can do with custom code, and Webflow is just a lot of fun. Yeah. So something like this, I mean, this is really out there. But for this, I have to add some code to the head section, so we can do a few things. I'm gonna copy the style that I copied before and kind of I'll try to explain some of it. So basically, we're targeting, and let me call this, give it a class name, element large, or just 5 element. Actually, let me use element 5. Let me use text because I think sometimes Webflow adds a 0 for numbers. So I'll just say element 5, path, polygon, polyline. I'm using this vector effect non-scaling stroke. It just makes the stroke cleaner on some browsers. And then I can actually adjust the stroke width here right in the CSS. And I can change the stroke color. I'm not going to change the stroke color because I did that in the SVG. And the line cap, you can make it round, so it's just a kind of a smoother line. And then for the path, we want to center it, so it animates from the center. The transform origin, we want to set it to center, so everything animates from the center. Like the Tron zoom. Yeah, I think I haven't really seen Tron, but yeah, exactly. This would be similar to that. I think I've seen that effect where it's like, goes out and then it goes in. So yeah, I do like this effect. But we can see it clips, and this is where I'm kind of not struggling, but I'm finding this a little bit annoying right now. Like I could, for example, change the size of this artboard to a bit smaller, right? So it gives us some padding on the left and the right. And let's see if that works. Yeah. So this live stream is more of like, you get to see my internal process, or not my internal, but my thought process as I'm, kind of messing with animations. And it can be a lot of fun. I'll spend hours just trying to figure out different things. Yo, appreciate it. Thanks, D Mako. Hey, bonjour Eunice. The animation looks dope. SVG are so powerful. Absolutely. Eunice is like I'm gonna say like an animation expert. I'll call you that because your site is just so dope too. So you work with ClipPath and SVGs and stuff. So you definitely know your stuff. Hopefully that wasn't awkward. Sometimes no. But yeah, no. For any of you who are here in my last live stream, you got to see Eunice's website, which was just really well built, and he had a lot of great animations. So yeah, so notice what happened here. Like it got even more clipped. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Like I added more padding to the SVG and it clipped it more. So there's probably some little setting that I'm missing because I have made it work. I just don't remember what I did to clip it correctly. So yeah, that's just, it's just a thing. I don't know what, and the thing is too, because the animation is essentially going outside of the artboard bounds because it's scaling the lines. So, yeah. So let's just try this again. SVG, export. All right, cool. Show code. And yeah, one thing I have to remember is to close tabs because my tabs get out of hand. So any of you who have just joined, like I was showcasing this animation here. You know, Questlove, he's a drummer that I appreciate, makes really cool music. Eunice, could you help me with something before I start to bald or to build? I think you mean build. So or change. Okay, so Eunice wrote, or change the SVG view box to zoom out a bit. Yeah, I did try that actually. So thanks for bringing that up. Because I looked at the view box. So maybe. Okay, so there's that, and so if I change the view box here, like make it larger, maybe 800 by 1000. Oh, this is my yeah, I think you're onto something, Eunice. I don't know if that, like, I'm just trying to center it here. Let's set the view box to 1200 by 1200. And can I position this SVG in the center of the view box? No, that's weird. So I changed. Oh wait, I need to publish. I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it's like X mid and X. Yeah. So Eunice, you're onto something. So what's the code to change the position of the SVG inside of the view box? So view box SVG. View box. View box attribute. So view box X-Men. Nice. So width and height. Oh, maybe I have to give an explicit width and height. Yeah, this doesn't have an explicit width and height, but I did set it in Webflow. Well, let me try. So width equals, we'll say 500, and height we'll say equals 500. No. Yeah. This would be kind of cool to figure out actually. 0, 0. Try preserve aspect ratio. Okay. SVG preserve aspect ratio. Yeah, so you preserve aspect ratio. Let's try that. Yeah, X mid, Y mid meet. Okay. Doesn't seem like much happened there. I don't think it needs the width and the height actually. And width and height 100%. Okay. What did I say? Preserve aspect ratio none. What is it doing? Width and height, SVG, layer. Save and close. Let's just take a look. Yeah, no, kind of through it looks a little bit strange. Anywho, I'll spend some time with it today, and for now we'll just use this initial code. You know, we can set the fill to white as well. That could look pretty cool. So the stroke, we'll leave it at black. That's cool. You can get really creative with this. Wow, we have so much fun on these streams. Really enjoy it. Yeah, I just wish it didn't clip. But let's have some fun with the easing. So with the easing, Anime.js has like really incredible easing. Yeah, sounds good, Eunice. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So for the easings, yeah, for anyone who's just joined, welcome to my live streams. I do these every Monday through Thursday. We go over everything Webflow. I build layouts, interactions, animations. We work with custom scripts, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're new to Webflow, feel free to ask any questions in the chat, or if you're working on a site and you need some clarity on something, I can definitely help clarify things. But yeah, so easing. So yeah, the Anime.js has really fun easing scripts or animations, and they're all here. Like, you can just check them out. Spring Elastic is very cool. So let's just play with this. Let's play with some of the easings and just see what we can do. Nice. Yeah, see it, Eunice. Let's go into here. And I think I've already kind of added some of this easing. So for the easing, oh, I didn't even add easing here. So let's do, oh yeah, I did here for the scale. Easing. So I added easing to the scale. Let me see what happens if I add the spring easing, if it overrides the initial easing I have set. I don't know if it will, but let's just try that. And after this, we'll get into a build, because I just don't want to just work on the animation. But it's very cool. It's a lot of fun. Did that spring? Yeah, that feels springy. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Ooh. Yeah, and I'll figure out that clipping. Or how about let me try looking something up. How to add padding to an SVG. How to add padding to an SVG. SVG elements. Yeah. I'm just looking this up here. Oh. Oh. Okay. I think I just figured something out here. So let's make the artboard bigger. So let's do 1,000 by 1,000. And then we'll start it offset like 100 by 100. Nope. Wait, would I do negative? Yeah, we're getting there. So let me make the height here a little bit larger, so 1,200. Let's see if this works. Oh man, I think I just figured it out. Sweet. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we just had to move it within the view box, but is it animating perfectly from the center? It doesn't look like it. So I'd have to figure out kind of those dimensions and how I would want that to look. So I'd probably have to set specific width and height properties to the artboard. But yeah, that's very cool. And we can make it even more pronounced, the scaling. So for the scaling, let's have it start at 0.1 and go to 2. This is going to be ridiculous. Yeah. No, we don't want to scale it to 2 because it goes outside of the bounds of, we just want to do it to 1. So 0.1 to 2. Yeah, ease in out elastic. Or no, the spring. So I think it's using the spring. I also have another easing that I've used here. Yeah, ease in out elastic. Let's try that. Ease in out elastic. Right here. Oh, appreciate it. I think it's pronounced Demaco. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So let me take a look at something here in Anime.js. So elastic, and is it staggering? Controls, callback. Yeah, the easings. So we have elastic. Yeah, with the scaling, the way I'm scaling it, so start value, easing. Yeah, so here we go, value scale. Oh, and we want to do from, yeah, we'll make a grid and another animation. Dylan, for sure. Cool. So 0.1 staggering, and yeah, so I don't think the easing, the elastic easing would work here. I don't believe, because we're using the easing directly for the stagger code. Yeah. So, but yeah, that definitely looks cool. I like it. But if we, let me set the view box to something like this, and we'll do negative 200 by 200. Yeah, I would have to play with that. All right, so yeah, I think we kind of gone over it. I'll go over the script in a bit more detail at some point. But, oh, yeah, this is why it's not animating from the center, because we renamed the class name. So, yeah, there we go, 7.5, stroke. Yeah, we don't need the stroke here. Oh wait, was I on the right page? Yeah, number 5 settings. Yeah, element 5. So I think I probably did change it. Yeah, Questlove. Yeah, yeah, he's from the Tonight Show, but I can't say I'm I don't know, it's just an opinion or whatever, hot take, but I liked Questlove when him and the Roots were doing music before the Tonight Show. I don't watch I've seen the Tonight Show. I'm not a big fan of that Tonight Show. I like the music that the Roots made prior to the Tonight Show. But that's just a music topic. But yeah, this is the animation. It does look really cool, actually. And it does feel like it's using the elastic easing. Yeah, it definitely feels elasticy. So maybe that easing that I added does override it. And just to check, let's make it more pronounced. So elastic easing, would it be 0.1? So 1 to 0.1. think should make it more pronounced. Hey, what's up, Josh? How's it going? Yeah, maybe it is more pronounced. But yeah, and let me try a few other things. Let's see if I set this to 700. Yeah, that's gonna look good. Make it even bigger. So this could be like a cool hero page. It can just be like 5. Ta-da. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll just quickly go over how we did this. Yeah, for sure. The roots are really dope. Yeah, so just for fun, let's do another number, right? Because just to show how easy it is to kind of switch this up, I'll just do another number. We'll create an artboard in Illustrator. Or maybe, should I do a number or a letter? What's a cool letter? If anyone wants to see like an animated letter or number, let me know. Or like if you want to use the letter of your first name, we'll make it interactive. So I'll just wait. There is a bit of delay here with my live stream, so. And anyone want to throw a letter or a number? Letter or a number? I feel like I'm on a late night TV show now. Y, okay. Q, Y, H. I did Q with the Questlove one. So yeah, let's do H. Yeah. Let's do H. All right. I love the circular font. It is a paid font, but Spotify uses it, and I use it on my site as well. It's just a really, really nice font. All right, so we have H. And yeah, there's many cool things you can do. I'm not gonna, maybe we'll save it for another live stream, but I'm just getting more ideas now. So yeah, we want to expand it. Say okay. I'll make this pretty big, like 800, or maybe the height 800. All right, so I'll do Q again. Let's do Q. I did it with the Questlove site, but I didn't animate it this way, so let's do Q. Let's do Q. We'll just do a Q. And let's make it really big. What is Miro telling me? No. Okay. Go to object, expand. Okay. We'll change the height. It doesn't really matter how big it is here, actually, because SVGs, you can change the height, width and height without losing quality. And yes, we have the Q. Did I expand it already? Yeah, went to object, expand. Then we want to invert the fill and the stroke. So right here, swap fill and stroke in Illustrator. We have the stroke. And cool. And what's cool, like in CSS, we can change the width of the stroke. We don't even have to do it in Illustrator. Like through the CSS that I added, we can change the stroke of the path. All right, so now I want to copy this. We'll make it a bit smaller, maybe 600. Oh, I copied it too many times. Wait, let me undo that. Okay, so copy, paste in place. So Command Shift V, paste things in place, and I can just resize it. Now I have two Qs. I'll just grab them, go to Object, Blend, Make, and bam. Kind of like that. Let's make it a little bit more pronounced. So I'm gonna click W on my keyboard to bring up the blend tool, hit enter, and let's add 16 steps instead of 8. Actually, let's do 12. 16. Yeah, 12 is cool. So we'll do 12. Then I want to go to Object, and I think that's it. No, I think there's one more step here I have to do. Yeah, You know what? Let me see if this works actually, because I always thought there was one more step. So let me go to Object, Artboard, Fit to Artwork Bounds, File, Export, Export as, SVG, and Export, Show Code. Copy this. Go into here. Set the fill to white and the stroke, leave it at black. Just want to see if this works. Because usually I thought I had to expand the blend, but I'm just curious to see if I have to do that step. We shall see. Wow, we don't. So that's cool. Yeah, so let's see. And now let me work with this artboard idea. So let's make it 1,000 by 1,000 for the view box. Or you know what? No, yeah, 1,000 by 1,000. And then we'll offset it -100 and -100. I'm sure there's a much more elegant way to do it, but actually that looks pretty good. So now we added some padding to the queue. Yeah, that looks cool. Very nice. It's not animating quite from the center. And I'm wondering if that's because we round path polygon. Yeah, so we don't need to do like expand the blend, because it still exports it as paths in the SVG. So let me set the view box here to 0 and 0. Just want to see if we get more of an animation from the center rather than the upper left, or like from a different angle. No, it still does it. And just to double check one more time, just gonna grab this initial code and repaste. Fill. That queue looks cool. Yeah, so see how it's animating from the center? That's what I want. So I'd have to figure out the calculations of how to do this. So maybe one thing I can do, let me try this in Illustrator. Let me try setting the artboard. No, because I don't use the artboard in the SVG. You can't use the artboard. You just copy the code in from Illustrator. How does it automatically animate each layer? Copy of the queue. So that's done through Anime.js. So that's the script I added here, Dylan. So what we're saying in the Anime.js script is we're targeting the element 1. So we gave this. Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear he had already done Q. Oh, no worries, no worries. So in anime.js, we're targeting the ID, element 1, which we gave to this SVG embed. And then we're targeting the paths of this SVG. So every path gets animated. And so we're scaling each path. We're giving it a value from 0.1 to 1. And it has an ease in kind of elastic and an ease out elastic with a 1 second duration here. And then we're just staggering it 30 milliseconds, I believe. I believe this is 30 milliseconds. And we don't need this end delay. I'm not sure why that's there. The direction is normal, so it's just going to play forward, and then it's going to loop. And for the direction, we can actually say alternate, and that might look cool. So let me save. So Webflow might think, okay, cool. So yeah, that's how we did that. We just used the anime.js script for this, And you know, I kind of went over some of the documentation here. He documents everything really well, and he gives code examples here that you can just copy and paste into Webflow. Yeah, so like, let me save. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out that view box situation, because when I change the location of the queue within the view box, it animates it from the wrong place. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, this is a more in-depth topic today as far as like using custom code. And let me try something here with the view box. I'm just gonna try to do 1200 by 1200. This will be the last thing I do, and then we'll focus on a build we can do. Let me see if there's some code like how to place SVG in center of view box. Okay, view box. You would have to adjust the view box accordingly. 0, 0. That's what I did. Yeah, gave it a square and 0, 0. So why isn't it centered? Then maybe I have to give it a width and height of 100%. All right, width equals 100%, height equals 100%. No. Well, that's fun. Yeah, look, it's animating from the bottom right, which is not what I'm looking for. So we'll delete this. So negative. Yeah, I'm sure it's some simple way to get this to animate correctly without clipping the SVG. Oh, I think I got it. Wait, let me try this. So it would be negative 600, negative 600. No. All right, cool. I'm not going to spend too much more time on this. 12. All right, we'll just stick with the initial code here, and we'll call it a day. And then we'll pick a build for tomorrow, so we can get more into like building tomorrow, and we'll use the wizardry method tomorrow as well. And I'm gonna spend some time with this today, just because it's now messing with me a little bit. I want to figure out why. Now let's try with no stroke. Let's see. No, that wouldn't work because we need a stroke. Save, close, and in the CSS here that I added, you can change the stroke width. So let me set it to 1. Yeah, path polygon. So it should transform from the center. Yeah. All right, cool. So we are done for today in the live stream. Yeah, maybe negative 300, so half the width. Yeah, I could probably try that. Let me see. So yeah, let me try leaving the view box the same size, and just saying like 50 and 50. Or just moving it a little bit. Now if I move it, yeah, it goes out of the bounds. Maybe negative 300, so half the width. Yeah, like if I were to do 600 by 600, I don't think that would work, but let's just see what it does. Yeah, it moves it outside. All right, so I think I'm gonna call it a day for this. You know, I wish I could do something like this where we add padding to the queue. You know, that would be ideal. That's essentially what I want to happen. But that padding doesn't work on the SVG. You see it still clips. So I would have to do it in the view box because you can't really add padding to an SVG. But yeah. Yeah, this can make it for a really cool site. I'll figure this out this evening, and I'll come back with like probably the simple solution to this. All right. So yeah, let me go into my Figma file, and let's look at something we want to build tomorrow. I did want to kind of take it easy today on a build. Just wanted to work on animations or something light, you know, something that's kind of cool and light. Yeah, we worked on this Quest Love, or like I showed how to animate this. So this is Anime.js, and we animated the number or the letter Q and then the number 5. So yeah, tomorrow let's look at some builds. So we'll use Flexbox and Grid to do, yeah, let's see. What's a fun build? Let's see. We'll build another hero section. How about we build this here with a slider? We'll build this layout and we'll create a slider. Yeah, no worry, excellent. Yeah, it's kind of a funny one. I mean, Viewbox and SVG, like, you know, I'm not sure what I did to get it to work correctly. I did, because I did make it work before, so, you know, sometimes it's probably a good idea to write some of this stuff down. There's so many things that go into coding. Let me see what I did. Yeah, no, I didn't do anything different. That's weird. Yeah. Not sure. Maybe maybe if I change the animation in the code. So instead of making it so scale out so much, I can do like 0.5. And then for I won't set it to 1, I'll say scale to 9. So now, yeah, let me try that. So 0.1 to 0.9. So it's not going to get as large, which might prevent the clipping. So that's another way that could be done. No, it would need to be a little bit less than let's try 0.7. Yeah, no worries, Manuel. Definitely no worries. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It gets smaller. The queue gets smaller and then gets larger. But I'm trying to see if I can scale it initially so it doesn't get larger. Anywho, yeah, I'll figure it out. The slider idea sounds great. I'm working on a site with a similar slider. Would be great to see the efficiency points I missed. No worries. Yeah, we'll start on that tomorrow. There are some cool things you can do with sliders now that we're on that topic. Yeah, let me go in here. Oh, I have it here. Yeah, so like with a slider, you can do a lot of interesting things. Like, because I'm working on a slider too, with the new template that I'm working on, and by applying a border radius to the mask, you can make the sliding in and out like really smooth, especially here because these have border radiuses. So rather than like the slide leaving the mask and being kind of clipped, it can go into a mask with the radius, and it just gives it this really smooth feeling. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, sounds good. Yep, it'll be recorded. So I told myself I'm going to end exactly at 1 on the live streams, so we're 1 minute after. Thanks everyone for watching. This was kind of a lighter, just kind of working with custom scripts and Anime.js. Hopefully to give you some ideas for things you can build for your own site and things like that. Like if this was a typography site, this would be really cool. Like if someone had built a font type, they could use this effect to showcase their fonts in a really interesting way. Like have really interesting animations for, like there are some amazing typography sites, like best typography. I love typography sites. They're just the coolest. Yeah, I don't know if I'll find one now. It might take me a moment, but yeah, there's just a lot of cool sites with typography. Yeah, I won't find them now, but maybe I'll showcase them tomorrow. Hey Vladimir, hey man, love your videos, and you have been one of many that have helped me develop my portfolio site. Glad at least I can thank one of them. For sure, happy I could help. Definitely. All right, so thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Vladimir, appreciate the comment. Thanks Tommy again, thanks for joining. Excellent, Manuel, DiMarco. If this was your first live stream, welcome. I think I might have seen you before, but not quite sure. If it was your first, welcome. We do go over builds, and if you have questions about Webflow, definitely feel free to post them. And anyone who's watching who's new to these live streams, I do these every Monday through Thursday from 1 p.m. Central, from 12 p.m. Central to 1 p.m. Central. Monday through Thursday, and we cover everything Webflow, building layouts, working with different typography methods, working with typography, creating animations and interactions, and using custom scripts to expand the functionality of Webflow and what we can do with websites. Yes, see you next time. I'll be here same time tomorrow. DeMarco writes, I was just about to ask if there was any videos on product grids, but I may not be able to go back and have a look. Yeah, so definitely check out if you go to webdevforyou.com, and I might think of a better way to, I don't know, showcase what we talked about in each video, but I kind of talk about what we went over here. So if you look at the last live stream, which was yesterday, I go over what we covered. So in the live stream from yesterday, we went over the wizardry method, and I went over how to build kind of a layout working with grid. So definitely check out that video. Because I do cover how to use grid, and I've covered grid in a few other videos as well. So if you just want to read what I went over in each live stream, it'll give you an idea for what I covered, and if you want to watch those live streams. Yeah, for sure, Pavish. I'm glad if tell me how to set up real-time search in native Webflow. Oh, real-time search. Real-time search. I'm not sure. There might be like an integration for that, but Webflow has its own search function. I'm not sure what you mean by real-time, but if you just type in Webflow search, they have site search. Yeah, cool, for sure. No problem. Dylan, sorry, call you Dylan, not DeMarco. Cool. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great evening, and I will see you in the next live stream. Thank you.